It's Kylie Bertucci, Stampin Up demonstrator in Australia. So sorry about the little bit of lateness. Literally just as I was about to go live, crash. It came up with alerts everywhere. I'm like, oh, so typical. Right when I'm about to go live. But I'm so happy to be here with all of you. I've seen you all chatting to each other. Big hugs to all of you. There's Donna in Melbourne. You understand my weather here. And we've got Cindy, Barbara. Barbara's in Melbourne as well. Hi, Barbara. We've got a bit of cold weather today, don't we? And Charlotte. Oh no, the internet isn't allowed to cut off right before a live. Exactly. How dare it? And Jenny's here from Melbourne as well. We've got lots of Melbourne peeps in the house today. Oh, that's so lovely. All of the locals. Hi, Charlotte. Oh, Cindy, good to see you. So nice to catch up. And Jess B. Hi, Jessica. So good to see you. Now, someone said is echoing radically. Is that true? Has everyone got echoing, or does maybe Pat have two devices running at the same time? Maybe you've got your phone and your iPad running, so you're hearing me in surround sound. Oh, you poor thing, you're hearing me twice. So yes, let me know if the sound is okay and if you can see me all right. Now, I think we need a bit of a beveragino, don't we, people? What have you all got for beveraginos this morning? I think I need to put my coffee on. I even had time to do my coffee, but I ran out because the internet crashed. In Werribee. Go, Alison. It is very brr. I agree. I'm even in a long sleeve shirt today. So I've got my loveitchopit mug. I've put up the link for those of you who live in Australia. There's 3 of them left if you want the loveitchopit mug. So just don't mind the noise in the background. It's just me making my Nespresso coffee. I was devastated to see that Nespresso, we got an email saying that coffee prices are going up. No, I don't want coffee prices to go up. Please just, everything just stay the same as it was, can it please? I went grocery shopping the other day and I'm like, what is going on here? What is this phenomenon that things cost more? I'm like, I'm going to have to start eating baked beans on toast just so that we can afford our crafting supplies. Because, I have priorities. My craft comes first. I don't know if some of you feel the same way. But, we always find a way, us crafters. We really do. We will make sacrifices in order to get our craft supplies. There you go, Pat. I figured that was the case. She said, I clicked 2 different notifications. So you're listening to me on Facebook and probably YouTube as well. Yeah, double Kylie. Oh, no. Now, let's just have a look over on Facebook. I've got the comments here as well. So who have we got over on our Facebook peeps? Oh, I don't see any Facebooks. It's saying it's connected though, but hopefully oh, there you all are. Liz, I just uploaded now. Good. Sherry, no echo. We worked out Pam's echo, so it's good now. Crisis averted. Baked beans on toast. You like my motto? Yes. We need our crafting. It's necessary. It's more important than food. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Joanne. Oh, we've got lots over on Facebook as well. So lovely to see you all. And Megan's getting ready for a trip. Oh, lovely. Cindy's never had baked beans on toast. You haven't lived. Bruno's obsessed with baked beans on toast. He loves it even for dinner. When I say, would you like eggs and baked beans on toast for dinner? It's like party night. It's like, really? We're having baked beans on toast for dinner? Bruno's a very, very easy man to please. The best man award goes to Bruno. Hi, Rachel. Good to see you. So we had big news that we have already sold out of one of our pins. I cannot believe it because we only had them on sale for about a week. So if you've missed on seeing our pin collection, these are available worldwide. We are sold out of the ink pads. I don't know whether Bruno's ordering more or how long it will take, but I think it will take some time before we see them return to us again, especially with postage these days. So don't miss out on the other ones. We've got some really cute green glue. We've got the trimmer. There's only a few of the Big Boss and the trimmer. There's only a couple of those left. Some loveitchopit, if you want to do some loveitchopit. Aren't those snips absolutely adorable? And of course, Bruno's Dimensionals. I'm surprised that there's so many left on there, Bruno. So yes, come and have a look at those pins. I'll put the link up on YouTube. So those of you who are on Facebook's a bit funny about adding links. So I don't have a whole lot of links on Facebook. But if you need the link, just message me if you're on Facebook and you can't get it. And if you're on YouTube, the link is below, because YouTube lets you put links up and doesn't have a hissy fit and yell at me. YouTube's like, sure, yeah, no problem. Mark's like, no, you're not allowed a link. I'm going to block you. Oh, that's not very nice. You love your pins, Caitlin. Aren't they even better in real life? They are so cute. Like so cute. So if you get them in they're $10 Australian. I don't know what that works out in US. I wouldn't even dare to say how much it is in US, Pat, because today it could be $5, tomorrow it could be $2, the next day it could be $12. I really don't know. But I don't think you'll pay more than $15, depending on what the currency of the month is. But if you just go over to our Shopify store, it'll let you know. Just even if you just go to a normal currency translator, you'll be able to figure out the cost. But we've got really reasonable international postage, $10 pretty much from, I think, up to 14 or something like that, 15. Anyway, don't quote me, but yeah. And then Britta just said if you buy a bundle of 4, they will work out to $8.75 Australian. So if you do 8, then you get all of them for $8.75, just as long as they're in bundles of 4. Yeah. So there you go. Homemade baked beans. Oh, I might have to try my own baked beans, Janine. It's a good idea. So I'm not sure if you saw some cards that I made this week. Actually, I don't know if I've posted many cards this week, but we had a bit of fun with the Crazy Crafters. After my YouTube live last week, we caught up with our team. And if you live in Australia and you're looking for a fun, interactive, social crafting team, we would love to have you on our Crazy Crafters team. We do lots of fun things together. Every week I do a Facebook Live, but every month we do a card class together on Zoom. And even if those that can't come along, we always have a recording. So a lot of people check out the recording. And today I'm actually drawing a winner. Someone's going to win some pins, whoever has done the card of the month that we've highlighted. So we had the amazing Cheryl Hurst, who's on our team. She actually did her very first Zoom with us. So we have a bit of fun. It's a nice, safe place to learn how to create a card class together and do some fun. And Cheryl did an incredible job showing us how to make, I think they're called the bookbinder cards or something like that. Anyway, super cute. I did mine a different direction to normal. I think most of them I've seen this direction. But I did it this direction, and then you have like a binder where it opens from here, not all the way up the top. So you stick that top section down. So Cheryl did a really great job of this class, and I absolutely love that paper. That paper is actually celebration paper. So yeah, check out that paper. I think that one is the I'm like, Is it going to come to me? Something wonder. Anyway, one of you will help me, but it's gorgeous. It comes in a bundle, this celebration set. So definitely check out that gorgeous paper. It's free in Australia with a $180 order because you get the stamp set as well. So yeah, isn't it a gorgeous card? And beautiful ribbon up the top, and yes. So then we did another card, and I definitely will highlight this on my blog to show you, but it's a masculine card using the same technique. So this is the one that I made using the same technique, but it just has a really cool little inside. Whee! Look at that. It's like a little birdie. So I probably stuck it down a little bit too tight because it was the first time that I've done a card like this. Very simple. Yeah, Cheryl did a really good job showing us. And I haven't really finished the inside. I just kind of threw a few stickers on there because I was trying to keep up. I didn't have anything pre-cut or done beforehand. So it was just really nice to do some crafting together. And yeah, so they were the two cards that we did. We did our cards last week that you saw. And I won the 10-minute challenge. I think Britta let me win because he gave me lots of cheating. And then he disqualified me afterwards. Actually, I did get disqualified, so Bruno did win. But what I wanted to show you today was the card that I made this week. Very different for a Kylie card. You can probably see the tree rings embossing folder in the background. This is absolutely gorgeous, and I'll show you lying down as well. You'll probably be able to see it better in the light. But I thought because Stampin' Up have been highlighting watercolor all week, I just wanted to show you some really fun techniques with watercolor. And you can see here I've really layered the colors on here, and kind of like it took a little bit of time because I had to dry in between each sort of color layer. But I love that you can have watercolor and you can still have those sort of shades of color. And I am not a colorist. I'm not confident with watercolor, but I'm really happy with how this coloring turned out. And that was actually using the Apple Harvest, I think it's called, but we're going to use a different stamp set today just so that we can, mix things up. But that's a gorgeous set that's available now. Yes, the Apple stamp set's gorgeous. So let's jump on in and we can start working out what we're going to use today. And I decided to go with these colours. I'm going way out and they look really, really bright. But don't forget that with watercolouring, it's actually good to pick some really bright colours because the water tones it all down. You think you're going to have a really bright card and then it ends up quite muted and soft and subtle. So I thought I'd have a play of this fresh cut flowers. This is a stamp set found in the annual catalogue that you may have missed. And exciting news, I think I'm allowed to tell. I won't say anything yet. I'll let Bruno go search all the policies. I'll have a look on the website and see if I'm allowed to tell you some secret news. I'll see if it's been... I can never keep up with everything. Has everyone felt like that lately? I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. Oh, there's some celebration items that have sold out. That's good to know. I should really check the updates for all of you before I go live. But let's just have a little look here and see if it's mentioned in. So it's not mentioned in that one. This secret information that I don't know if I'm allowed to say. Is it happening in there? No. Maybe it's in happening now. Current promotions. I never know. Oh, it's not even there. So maybe I'm not allowed to say anything. Well, I'm just got to keep it to myself. Sorry, everyone. Because it doesn't seem to be anywhere. So anyway, we shall see. No! Thank you, Bruno. Top secret info. I'm glad I checked. Thank you, Bruno Bertucci. But anyway, exciting things are always coming with Stampin' Up, and we will keep you informed. And because I'm keeping you informed, that keeps me informed because I have no clue what's going on. So anyway, I'm going to use this fresh cut, and I thought also what would be lovely with this one, and Bruno pulled this one out. We've been wanting to play with this one for a while, and that's the Full of Love. I thought that would be so pretty with this style of card. What sold out in the celebration? Good question. Let me tell you. It was the same as the US, the card bases, this soft pool party and sea foam card bases and envelopes are no longer available. So if there's things on the celebration list that you really want, don't wait, because they could drop out. They could sell. The other one that I really wanted to try, and I haven't tried, is this stitchery one. Has anyone tried anything with this one? I think it looks really, really beautiful. So I don't know, we might do a bit of a mashup today. It might start one way, and who knows how it's going to end up. I have an idea, but we never know where that idea could go, right? It's a Kylie live. But I do want to show you some watercoloring ideas. So let's start with that first. So at least I'm doing what the video said in the title. Let's do one thing the same as what I should be doing. So I've got my mini grid paper, which I think is really handy for watercoloring. And if you wanted to as well, you can even rip it off so that you've got your piece there. And if the backing of the designer series paper, because I know all of you, I've trained you all to open up your designer series paper as soon as you get it, because we love to love it, chop it. And these backings are brilliant for something like watercoloring. So don't throw out those background. Bruno will be really proud of me that I'm preparing my workspace for the mess. He'll be like, oh no, Kylie's about to get messy. No, I've done a tidy. I've kept my area tidy. So let's do a little bit of stamping, shall we? I've got some pieces cut out, just some basic white. But if you wanted to use thick, you could. If you wanted to use watercolor paper, you could. I find the watercolor paper a little bit vanilla for me. The new one is a bit better. Stampin' Up have started using a different one, but I actually just like using the regular paper. I enjoy it. I'm using Stays On. Now, this is a hot tip for watercoloring, peeps. It took me a long time to learn this little tip, and when I learnt it, it literally blew my mind. I was like, how did I not know this? So tell me if this is new to you, because, yeah, it blew my mind when I found out. So when you're doing watercoloring, the outside ink, you need to be alcohol-based, because you're going to be putting water over the top of it. So you don't want it to blend. If you were to put Memento, which you can, and I actually did with this because I didn't have, it's still okay. But what can happen is if you're using a water-based black ink as the outside, and then you're using watercolor, it can just start bleeding and start blending, which we don't want. We don't want that outside to blend. So when you're using alcohol markers, that's when you would use the Memento. So your blends, but anything water-based, so your Stampin' Write markers or your watercoloring, like the water painters, then go to your Stays On. Staz on. It's stazzing on. What am I missing? Oh, Kathy shared. Oh, thank you so much, Megan. Megan got some pins. Oh, and it's very hot in Texas. And you can use heat embossing if you don't have Staz On. Thank you, Charlotte. That's a very good tip. I like that. I just had my sip of Beveragino. So let's pull out our fresh cut flowers. How beautiful is this? So pretty. Let's stamp a couple of them because they're so pretty. Literally, look. Here's a freshie. The fresh cut flowers. It's its first time. That's why I was like, oh, what am I vibing for tomorrow? I really wanted to use something that I haven't used before. Good morning, Jessie Scott. Jessie Scott's in the house, people. Why, hello there. So some people ask us, this is literally how we prepare our stamps. We don't put the sticker on in the Bertucci or the Scott household. Jessie lent her sister some stamps, the lovely Beck, and it came back with no outside piece and all of the stickers put on. And Jessie's like, what happened to my stamps? We all have different things that we like to do. I can never get these stickers straight. So I just kind of stick them in there, hide them in there so they can stay there. And then I always keep this. I always undo that and then have this outside piece just so that I know, you know, if there's anything missing, right? Ah, that's right. Bruno's sending some money back to someone. If you order the pins and it doesn't do the discount, Bruno's onto it. He's like, oh, I will give you a refund and discount you. So I'm putting on the Staz on. Now, the one thing with this ink, and Bruno hates this ink, especially on our cling, the clear mount ones, is it's very strong because it's alcohol based. So you do need a Stays On cleaner. And the sooner that you can do that, the better. So I'll actually pull it out so it's ready to go. I think I've got a few different ones here. Oh yeah, there it is. Stays On cleaner. That's what you need. Because otherwise it stains your stamp pad and we don't want that. We don't want staining. Oh, look how pretty that is. Wow. That is really pretty. Anyway, we'll have some fun with this. Now, with your Stays On, always pop your little clear thing back on. Keep this, because if you don't, your ink pad's going to dry out. It dries out very quickly because it's alcohol based. It's like nail polish remover. You don't want it to just disappear. So I've got some fun colours here. We'll see what we end up doing. We'll see how this turns out. But I feel like I want to do a mixture of sort of the polished pink and the pale papaya. I don't want it too bright, but I sort of want to tone it down. So we're going to have a bit of fun here. And what I like to do when I'm watercolouring, it's up to you, but I don't like to go straight from the ink pad. So I just stamp my clear blocks into the ink. I know, isn't that cool? And then you have like your palette there ready to go, but you're not damaging your ink pads. This is the new Tahitian Tide. Thought I'd pull out some of our brand new ink colours because they're Gorgeous and the Orchid Oasis. I'll do that one as well. And you can always come back for more, but I find that that's usually plenty of ink. And it's just, yeah, then I used to actually squish it against the top of the ink pad, but then I don't come back and clean it up and it's just messy for me. I'm a bit naughty. I really could just get a sponge and wipe it, but no, have to stay messy. So here are the Stampin' Up water painters. They come in a set of 3 and you have your different brush types. Even though this is stained, it's okay. It still works. What did Bruno say? Did you end up actually cleaning the stamp set? Shush, Bruno. No, I didn't. Because it's got plastic cover on it. I didn't want to open it. Stop busting me. I do have an old one here. It's non-Stampin' Up, though. I didn't want to show that. But now you've forced my hand, Bruno. You just put it over the top. There's always a method to my madness, Bruno Bertucci. You've just got to trust me. So just put that on and then grab a tissue and remove it. I knew he'd be having conniptions in the other room, like, oh no, she's using Stays On. And then just use a tissue to bring that all off. So basically the Stays On cleaner, it has, I think, don't quote me on this, but it has some oils in it. And that's how it removes the alcohol-based ink. So there you go. It's done now, Bruno. You can relax. Cheeky. Such a cheeky boy. So I think I'm going to go for, because the flowers are a little bit bigger, I'm going to go for this one here. You don't want it too wet, because this isn't watercolour paper. But you don't want it too dry either, because then it's going to be quite strong in the colour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get another neutral palette. I've got a lot of blocks here, I know. But I'm going to do a bit of a mix-up of these two colours. In fact, I could probably just combo it with this one. So I'm just going to drop some water on my... This one's magenta. And sort of zhoosh that. But I'm also going to bring it into the pale papaya and do a little bit of a mix of the two. And this is the fun thing about watercolouring. Now, with watercolouring, I don't know how to explain it, but you feel very inadequate when you first start your watercolouring, and it looks ridiculous. Like, that just looks ridiculous. But don't fear. Never fear. Just keep going and keep playing. I think that's the key takeaway point when I do my watercolouring, is you don't want to give up too easily, because you think, oh no, that's not going to work out. That's going to be terrible. But don't judge yourself too quickly. Just, have a play. Say to yourself, I'm just playing. It's all good. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you're a bit of a perfectionist, I think, I don't know, don't quote me on this, but tell me what you think. But is it difficult to watercolour when you're a perfectionist? Because watercolouring is very abstract and non-perfect. It's very organic. And so I can imagine the perfectionist out there freaking out. Like, but tell me what I need to be doing. Like, what am I actually meant to be doing? There really is no, and no, it's not even watercolour paper. It's literally just regular paper. But it's just, I think being willing to give it a go is the key. And playing around with the amount of water that you're tipping in. You don't want to put too much, because obviously this is not watercolour paper, because you don't want that to sort of start ripping. But you don't want too less that it doesn't have that watercolour look. I know it's not very technical, but you just got to play. I like that, Bruno. Thanks. It doesn't look terrible. It's beautiful. Thanks for the confidence, Bruno. But seriously, all the time, whenever I start my watercoloring, I'm like, what on earth am I doing here? And it's almost like, the best way I can explain it is squiggles. Like, just squiggle around, because you kind of want a little bit of white space left. You don't want it to be perfect. You sort of want to grab in little bits of colour and, just, start dabbing. Do the dab. Dab your colour on. And you could just, bring in some all sorts of different colours and make it really pretty. It's really pretty. Gorgeous colours too. I like the combo. The pale papaya and the, it's polished pink. Sorry, did I say magenta before? How dare I? Polished pink and pale papaya is an absolute winner. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. Now, I'm being a bit abstract with your aqua painter. Or your water painter, you just wipe off what you don't need. making sure that you're not dirtying your work here. But I'm actually going to bring in some orchid opulence with these leaves, as well as the Tahitian Tide. So we've got those two colours here. And I think that that will really bring in some beautiful colours. So we've got the Tahitian. And I'll just drop a bit of colour in the orchid. And it's okay to mix up those two, because the orchid opulence is definitely going to be stronger than the Tahitian. Now, because this is quite a strong colour, you just want to test it on your paper first before coming in, because you're going to have a lot of colour when it's darker. And don't be stressed to go outside the lines, because, you know, that's where all the fun bit is. Like, don't feel like, you know, it's your old school rules. Oh, you went outside the lines. No, there's no rules with watercolour, which I really like. Suits me to a T because it's a bit more chilled than regular colouring. Ooh, so pretty. Now we'll bring in some of this Tahitian Tide on these leaves here. And then the cool thing is, like I said before, you can sort of let it dry and then bring in, I always say orchid opulence. Charlotte caught me. Orchid Oasis. It's, you know, old names die hard. I can't help myself. But yes, you can bring in more colour later on and sort of come over the top again, to sort of create gradients of colour in different spots. And that's what I did on my previous card, is I sort of let it dry and then layered that colour on and did darker colours on top. So, you know, it's amazing that you can do that with the watercolouring to just bring out different shades and different colours. I'm just going to turn my sound down here. Very good. So I'll just come in back with the Orchid Oasis. How funny am I? Magenta Madness and Orchid Oasis, Orchid Opulence. Now I'm just going to do little touches here. Still trying to leave those white spaces. So I'll just zoom in a little bit more even. So you can see how, you know, like there's a line here that Stampin' Up has already put there for us. So I could just, you know, do a little line across that line, just to bring in a little bit of, you know, light and shade. Even though it's watercolouring, you can still have these cool blends just by letting it dry and then coming in again and leaving bits, the old colour and some of the new layer. And when you first put on a colour, it's going to look a lot stronger than when it dries. So keep that in mind as well. Isn't that gorgeous? It's so pretty. It's so simple. How simple was that, everyone? So I feel like I could bring in a little bit more of the polished pink in there. So let's do a little bit of that. Yes, I want that one. So I'm just going to refresh this a little bit, because I've still got these sections over here that have still got ink. So you can see the blocks are really, really handy for storing your ink on. It sort of gives you a colour palette it can play with as well. So you can just do some little dabbing just to bring in more colour. Very abstract. Looks crazy when you first put it down, but then you see that the colour just sort of really softens once it dries. Now I'll do this spot down here. So we've got some layers I'll just lift that up a little bit for you to see. So I've just got some layers on there as well. And then I think I'm done. Isn't that pretty? So simple, so easy. And look how much ink. You really don't need a lot of ink. So you could do quite a few of those different watercoloring. Like you could do quite a number of them all in a row and then cut it out after. And it's just, I love just sitting there, just sort of, you know, dabbing, relaxing, really simple. And don't forget, we're going to cut this out and it's going to look completely different again. Or you could leave it as is and then just add a sentiment. Cut it down a little bit and put it on. But we'll have a play and I'll show you. Someone said don't forget the leaves and the buds. I felt like leaving them. But maybe we could just do them in the pale papaya. But, you know, it's totally up to you. But I was like, do I colour them? I could do a little bit of tiny little bit of pale papaya. Papaya! There you go. That does look good. Just tiny. So yes, we'll do that in a moment. I just wanted to show you this one here. We'll just do this one and colour that because it looks like a really lovely set. And I haven't inked this one. So it needs some ink. I just felt it needed ink. So again, we'll just do the same thing. I've got a piece of paper cut down. And we'll do some stamping here. Sorry I'm zoomed in, but I want to keep it this way. I'm like, just stay here for a moment. So I've got my stays on. Stamp that. There we go. Oh, such a pretty stamp. I'm cleaning it straight away for Bertucci. He's got to check up on me. Kylie, have you cleaned it? No. So I'll just put the stays on and then just use some tissues to just dab it. We're doing a lot of dabbing today. It's a dabbing kind of day. You just dab that and then it brings off all the, because it's a very strong ink, this one. So it is one of those things you don't want to leave. So I'm glad Bruna said, did you clean it? Because you didn't really want to clean it straight away. Okay, so what are we going to do with this? I feel, oh, so pretty. We could use any of these colours. What am I going to do the envelope in? Orchid Opulence? Orchid Oasis. Too funny. So I've got my Orchid Oasis here. And we're going to make that the envelope. So this is a good example actually of showing you. See how it's like quite strong? When you haven't got enough water, it doesn't have the same amount of movement. So you just want that balance of, if it's too strong, the ink, just put some more water on and then you have more movement. Good. Now I might do, so we've got these flowers here. That one to me screams pale papaya. They scream polished pink. So I might do, I don't think we need any more Orchid Oasis, so we'll just leave that for now. And we'll come in with our Tahitian Tide. And I'll do these leaves. You see, okay, oh, there we go. So the one thing that I love about watercoloring too is it's very quick. So you get like really, like you go, oh, am I done? Like it's really fast. So it's quite rewarding. You get a lot done very quickly. So it's probably, yeah, it's good to do quite a few at once, like have a few images ready to go. Because otherwise you feel a bit ripped off. You're like, oh, I don't want to be finished yet. So look at that. Flower, done. And then we'll do our polished pink. Oh, good. Some people were looking at ideas for this set. So pretty. Can you tell I've gone into Kylie Zen mode? Oh, I'm not saying it will be like this for you, but for me, I find it very relaxing. I'm not making any promises, but man, I love it. So pretty. What do we think? I love this. So pretty. Like, even though that's really, really sketchy down the bottom, I actually really love it, especially once we cut that out. But even if you left it there, like if you wanted to, you can even bring in like another color. If you're leaving this here, you can just have like a, maybe even like a smoky slate or something like that in the background to just create some shadowing effect, or another really like beautiful light color. Maybe something like pool party. Pool party might be nice to sort of just have this really, yeah, or blushing bride, like a really nice light pink in the background. And that just makes that really pop. But anyway, let's play with these images and see what we can come up with. So all I'm going to do is just use a tissue, and because it's watercolor, boom, done. Isn't that brilliant? So simple. And if you have all the right, like, you know, you put your desk, put the layers down, your grid paper or whatever it is that you have. And it doesn't have, I think we think watercolor and we think, oh, there's going to be a mess everywhere. Not really. Like, I'm a messy person. But amazingly, I don't think there's one drop on any desk surface. Which, like, that's an achievement for me. Look, didn't even get any of the base. So that is very good. Now, one thing I do like, and I'm not sure which direction I'm going to go in with this. You guys might have to help me. You want people to know you slaved over a hot paintbrush. But I really, really love this stitchery. I think it's just such a gorgeous, gorgeous set. And I would really love to see, because you know when people are really cool and they can like doodle and they just go, oh, and then it just looks so beautiful. That's so not me. I'm like, oh no, I've gone off the side. Oh no, it's off the edge. Now, oh, there's the trimmer over there. I'm like, where did I put my trimmer? It's not where it should be. So I'm just gonna, yes. I was gonna cut it out, but I might change my mind because, you know me, it's my prerogative. And I think I'm going to go for, let's have a look at the card templates. I want it to be, so we've got a gorgeous grape layer, which we're going to do, I'll use Orchid Opulence, I think, but we'll have a look at that in a moment. And this layer here, I feel like I want to have another colour in the background. And then maybe do this layer in the, let's have a look here. I think maybe Flirty Flamingo size. Maybe even smaller. I like having my card templates because they give me lots of ideas on the layers that I want to choose. So these are not the colours I'm choosing. If you don't have my card templates, these are the measurements. I'm spitting out the measurements here. And what I like to do is just lay these out, and then this will give me a really good idea of how I want this to sit. And because this is an image that, you know, it's quite small, it's not using up a whole lot of space, all we're going to be adding is the sentiment. And I don't necessarily want to cover this white space. I'm going to keep the sentiment down here lower. I'm going to add the stitching in, I'm pretty sure. And also another thing to keep in mind is sort of the size of the stitching. Like I want it to go all the way to the edge. So that's actually a good size, the daffodil. So you can see here my card templates help me to see, you know, what's going to sort of go to the edge, like the section that I want it to. If I used a bigger size layer, it's not going to meet, and that's going to look a bit random. So I'm going to go for Daffodil Delight. And then we'll guess what we'll do in between. So whatever that is in your country, if you have our templates, you can now look at that. I do want to cut off a little bit on this side. I don't want it too close, but I just want to cut that a little bit there. Yes. And then I'm going to take off the top section. Just make sure that your project is dry, of course, but it actually surprisingly dries very quickly. Okay, so that's my layer, my first layer. So I've done it the Daffodil Delight size. So you can see here that that is perfectly Daffodil Delight layer. Then the next layer, what are we going to do for the colour? So I'd like to bring out some colours from here. Maybe we could do some Pale Papaya. But we'll have a look. We'll have a look at Pale Papaya and maybe the Orchid Opulence. I think that that would look like a really nice combo. So let's look at those two together. I might even have some sparesies over here because I've got my tray of goodies. I don't know if I've got some spare Orchid Opulence. Either that or it's not labelled. I have been known to do this. But I definitely have... I've got a lot of gorgeous grape in there. But I think, yeah, I definitely want the Orchid Opulence. So that's that one there. And what was the other one we said? Pale Papaya, wasn't it? So I'm pretty sure, yes, you are Pale Papaya. There we go. So these two colours, we're going to do a card base. And I like to do my card base the narrow cut so that it's folds in half that way. But you may want to do it the other way. And then we're going to do Poppy Parade size. And then we'll check it out. Okay, you ready for this, people? Let's see these colours. And this is what I love about Stampin' Up, is it's just given me all of my measurements for me. Spat it all out for me. That looks really pretty. What do you think, everyone? I know, I keep saying orchid opulence. I can't help myself. It's just renamed now. I've renamed it. I've given up. Good. Thank you, Charlotte. So I really like that. I think that looks so pretty. So let's do the stitching and see what that looks like. Now with the stitching, because it's not photopolymer, it's going to be quite difficult to line up. So probably I'm thinking the best thing to do with a set like this is to not be too fussed if it doesn't meet. I think that really is the idea. Like even when people do stitching in person, it's not going to be absolutely perfect. Probably what I would suggest, like looking at the sizing, let's just see here if it's going to, which one am I going to use? So many pretty ones. I do like this one because it's a little bit sort of squiggly and look, it's not all in a line. Let's just see what it's going to, oh yeah. So as long as we do it right to the edge, I think we should be hunky-dory. Dory-hunky. I'm going to use my block, but if you want to use your Stamparatus, you could totally go for that too. You like it? Oh, good. We might just sort of do a little bit of stamping in the background of the pale papaya just to sort of bring it together a little bit, but we'll see. So let's just eyeball this, and it's okay if it goes off the page because remember we're just doing like an abstract stitching. So that's stitch one. Whoa. I like this. And I actually don't mind it. Like I was thinking, oh, I don't really want it to overlap like in the corner, but I actually don't mind that. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. What do we think of the stitching, everyone? It looks really cute. That's so cool. So I think that's sort of, and what it does, because it is such a small image, isn't it amazing how by putting that stitching on, it sort of made this image look smaller. Like, yeah, it brings it in more. It feels like this isn't so vast, this white here. Yeah, I really like that look. And now we can sort of do a little sentiment sort of hovering over here. And I don't want too much. I don't want a sentiment that's too big. Yeah, I really like that stitching stamp. So I've been wanting to use it for a while. And there's a lot of different ones in that. When I pulled this out, Brenna's like, what are you doing with that? It's not even like the card. I'm like, I'm vibing this today. I really feel like using this stamp set. Even this one here, I think would be really nice. This line here sort of looks, yeah, I just think it really adds something very, very nice to this style of card. So what have we got for sentiments? What's our little senties? What have I got here? So this one doesn't have a sentiment that goes with it, But this one here has got some really cute ones. I love this one here, Sending Love Your Way. Always Grateful for You, and the hello there. I think this one, Always Grateful for You. Maybe the Sending Love. That one's really sweet. But what I am going to do, just because there is quite a lot of space on the pale papaya in the background, what we can do just to add a little bit of something to this, I'm just going to stamp a couple of these little flowers. And you could even use, in fact, that fresh cut flowers could be a good combo with this, where you just sort of have a couple of these stamped around the edge, but nothing major. Let's just have a look and see what it looks like. I might do it and not like it, but that's my prerogative. It's the best way to find out whether we like it or not. Oh, I'm so happy you're all seeing the stitching. Yeah, it's an alternative to a frame. That's so true. It's just a really pretty set. I just felt like it's not being valued enough. So I'm just doing this in the same pale papaya. Papaya! That's what I want to do every time I say pale papaya. Orchid Oasis, polish pink. And you can even do these little dots here, but let's just see what that looks like so far, because we don't want it to be too full on. Oh no, that looks good. It just felt like it was a little bit plain, but it's just added a little bit of texture. If you wanted to, you could even emboss this layer behind, just for, because it is a good amount of space that you could actually do something with. But I'll actually do this one here, this little flower. Where's my little block? It's really cute. You could even sponge the edge too, which is always fun. I'll get a dauber and just sponge the edge, because it adds a little bit of texture and interest in the background there. It just doesn't look as plain then. Yeah, little subtle touch there in the background. Just saying hello. Hi, I'm here too, you know. Don't ignore me. I'm adding something to this card too. I have relevance. I'm just using my sponge daubers. And we've got pale papaya. And just do a little bit of sponging. And what it does, I really like sponging because it just creates like a little, I don't know, like closes it. It says, I'm complete. And it just gives it this really beautiful sort of textured sort of 3D type effect to your card. It's a nice textured sort of look. I like sponging. Beautiful. So let's see what that looks like now. Yes. It's incredible, the difference. A little bit of sponge, a little bit of ink along the edge. It's just, I don't know, it just completes it. Sometimes the alternative to using like the sponging is to have another layer. But if you don't want to have another layer, then that's a really great option, rather than putting another piece of like basic white or something behind there. It just sort of grounds it, makes it its own, makes it very happy. So let's do our sentiment, and I'm going to do that on Orchid Opulence, Oasis. Just testing to see if you're all listening to me. You're all yelling at the computer, no, Kylie, it's not Orchid Oasis. That's how you all sound when you scream at the TV. No! Oh, that's good, Kerry. I'm happy to hear that. How long? Oh, we've been going about an hour. That's good. What do I need here? I'm just going to do a bit of a tidy actually. I've got my trusty little ShamWow that will help me to do a bit of a tidy. With the bigger ones, you can just bring them out. Those two are hard. Those two need more water. Bring it out and then just give it a wipe. Happy days. It's good to go. Pop that away. Pop that away. You can go there. Very good. Behave yourselves over there. And we need the Sending Love Your Way. I really do want to send love your way. We had lots of friends that were very, very kind to us the last week and a bit. That sent us lots of food when we weren't feeling well. And it's just been so overwhelming. So I made a list of all the friends that dropped off food and sent messages. And I'm writing cards to them all. Because I just think how beautiful that there's so many beautiful people still left in the world. Good friends that are there for you when you're not feeling well. So important, isn't it? To have good, trustworthy, loyal friends. So, and we've got to appreciate them. We've got to say, oh my goodness, thank you. I really appreciate you because you're special. It's rare these days. So when you find a good friend, you treasure them. Treasure them, look after them. Don't ever take them for granted. Because if you take them for granted, they might have to go find a more loyal friend, a more supportive friend. Because we need to be able to be there for each other, right? Oh, Caitlin. You're such a cutie. You are adorbs. Absolutely, says Patricia. It's true, right? Especially these days. We need friends more than ever now. But to have loyal friends, we need to be a good friend. Oh my goodness, I love this sentiment. I'll show you it in a moment. When I pour this on, we've got my little handy tray here. Oh, do you all have the tray? So exciting that I can use it now. It's not banned. I'm not being illegal. It's the best. It's taken me a little while to get used to it. It's like, oh, I can use the tray on the camera. Oh, it's perfect. Look at that. And then we can go straight from here. Open up our little lid. Pour it straight in with our brush. Ah, oh, thank you, Stampin' Up. So good. And I love keeping it. I know a lot of people like to put their embossing powder in a container and sort of scoop from there. And that's totally up to you if you want to do that. But I have found that my embossing powder has gone off when I don't have it in a airtight container. So just be really mindful of what container you store it in. Because, yeah, I was really shocked that mine went off. I was like, why is this not embossing? I know, the tray and the tweezers. It's like, this is just the best. And there's someone here from Sweden on Facebook, Anne Kristen. Hi, all the way from Sweden. Oh, that's so beautiful, Patricia. We really do, don't we? Best friends ever. Best life ever. Look, I'm not even I don't even have to hold my tweezers. It's just doing it itself. Love it. Yes, Caitlin, we love you. I love this sentiment. Isn't that beautiful? So beautiful. And what I'm going to do is a bit of snippy snipping. So I'll undo my tweezers. Look, push, and then it opens. Let go, and it closes. Reverse tweezers. Aren't they the best? Ah, so good. So all I'm going to do, very technical. Don't be afraid to do some snipping. Actually, these scissors are a little bit sticky. I don't know what I did to them. I probably used it for glue. Anyway, I'll forgive it. I need my pen scissors. Now, just over the L, I'll do a little bit of a movement. Over the D. But everything else is pretty straight. And like the best thing is you don't have to be like perfection straight. So I know some of you out there, we've done watercoloring and that's not really that perfect. Now we're doing fussy cutting. But it just, yeah, you just have to let go of the perfection with these things. So just going around the Y. And then a bit at the end too. Oh man, it's sticky. Don't know what this was used for, but I'm blaming Bruno. What on earth is all the sticky on here? I don't normally use this for sticky things. I was cutting something clearly. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Clump of sticky on there. Okay, so let's have a look at that. And you can come in, there's a little bit in here. And I'm like, just go a bit closer. Good, yeah. So let's put it all together. Whee! Here we go. So we've got our layers. I'm just going to fold this down so it's happy and ready to go. And what I like to do for my folding of the card base, just pop it up into the corner here. You've got a little spot there that's going to hook in. You're going to push it right up against the edge. Grab one of your bone folders, my dirtiest one, my well-used one, and then just push along there. And there you have it. You have a beautifully, perfectly even, centered, crisp card. Thank you, Bruno Bertucci. He taught me that little trick. And I love it. He was using the Stamparatus, but I like it with this. Okay, we ready, everyone? Oh my goodness. Yes, I love it. It's literally going to sit there. I think I'm going to put it on little mini dimensionals. And I think we're going to add a few little embellishments as well. The stitching is really adorable. I agree. 100%, Charlotte. It is so satisfying. Because I couldn't draw, like I love it when people draw the stitching. So I'm really excited to have pulled that out today. So I'm going to glue all of this down with my green glue, greeny glue, which I think I might have left the lid off this one. I was such a naughty girl. I'm a rebel without a cause. Oh no, it looks like it's okay. So your grid paper is really handy for something like this. Like when you've got a little bit of a gap in between, just helps me to, rather than eyeball, it helps me to line it up a little bit more. I've got more of an idea of where I'm sitting. Oh, that looks so pretty. And if you wanted to, you could totally add another layer in between. But I like it direct onto there. And then the only dimensional that we're going to do is for the sentiment. You can see me doing a wiggle wiggle. I feel like this one is not cut perfect, so I'm just going to do the top and the bottom and the side and then do a trim here. Sometimes with our Aussie cardstock it's not quite, yes, I was correct, it's not quite what it should be. So always check that before you glue your card down. But good thing I picked up on it. It's always got a little bit extra. And then we're going to do our little dimensionals. And I'm going to use some minis for this one. I might even have to cut down the minis. Well, maybe not. And then what embellishments have we got that we can use? Just want to put maybe a couple of sequins, or maybe we could do some of the black matte dots, because they're really pretty, aren't they? Ah, thank you, Ingrid. You like the card? I really like it too. It's really sweet. So I was thinking more like off the edge, but because we've got the stitching, I think it leans itself to be centered on there. Wow. Oh, I'm really happy because I really did not know how this was going to turn out, people. You know me, I love to wing it. Now, what am I using? Got these embellishments. I was picking up all the wrong embellishments last week. I've got the 2022 mini. And then where's our other set of embellishments? Oh, these are pretty. I think I've already found them. I think I've already found exactly what we're using. And it's these ones. Oh, can we get any more perfect? Wow. So these are iridescent rhinestones. Now, I want to make sure that they're still current, because sometimes you never know what can jump into my embellishment folder. We'll do a little check here and make sure that it's that they're current. We'll go onto my online store. If you ever want to find my online store, if you live in Australia, you just go to kyliebertucci.com. And what are they called? Iridescent. Oh no, I spelled it wrong. Iridescent. Yay! They're current. They're perfect, aren't they? Look, they've got three different sizes. So we've got small, medium, and large. So we'll use my Take Your Pick tool. You see I'm looking for it. I'm like, where on earth is my Take Your Pick tool gone? No, it's not under that pile. Why isn't it in my little tray? Where did I put it? The crafting gremlins have come into my room again. Is it over that side? No. Where on earth have you gone, little Take Your Picky? Yeah, I'll do a bit of a tidy and it might turn up. You never know. You never know. It could just appear and say, here I am. Are you looking for me? I found him. He jumped out of the container. and was sitting on the side. Oh, and the other one's here. Yay, because I can't pick between the two. Don't make me pick. I know it's a take your pick tool, but I don't want to pick. I just want to play. There we go. I like to use the gluey side to pick up. I learnt this from Dina Recow. And we're just going to come in and do, and if you struggle with putting embellishments or knowing where to put them, my rule of thumb is I like to put 3 or 5 on cards. It's not a, like, has to happen, but I find it's really nice to have 2 together and then 1 on its own. And I'm just going to use the medium one over here. And you can sort of play around, like you can sort of like lift it up, just sort of see where it's going to make sense, because what happens is when you put an embellishment, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So I'm going to pop it there, but what it's shown me is that this, because it's all in a row, I now want to move this one. So this actually, because it's stuck down, I'm going to use the serious edge now to remove that. And what I like to do, I know this sounds really random, but I like to go into like the opposite direction. So see how this is now, come here little one, yes. So see how this is now, like before it was all in a line. And for whatever reason, my eye does not like that. It's like, no, I don't want it to, I want it to be scattered. And so that's how I like to do it. And if I was to go for 5, then I would probably add another one over here, another dot here, and then maybe another dot sort of in the center here, or maybe even down here. You could put another one. So you can go 1 here, so it's opposite direction to that, and then 1 here. But totally up to you, or even in the flower. That's another little option. So yeah, I really like those. I think they're so, so pretty. I know it's not a pretty card. It's very unlike Kylie, isn't it? It's a very non-Kylie card. It's so pretty and elegant. But I will actually have a little play of our other image that we made, because we went to all that work to colour it. So let's make sure that we use it. So I've got some pale papaya here. Oh, there it is. I just want to show you what this will look like. And I'm going to cut this one out. So actually I might see if I can get better snips. I normally have like 5 snips here, and all the snips are gone. Snippy snips, where have you gone? I'll see if Bruno's got some snips, because I really want proper ones. I don't like it when they're sticky. I tolerate a lot of things, but sticky snips are not one of them. Let me see if Bruno has better snips. Bruno Bertucci, yeah. Do you have better snips in there? Do I have what? Snips, good snips. Because these snips are really sticky and yucky. And I've only got... I have my own, so you can't blame me. Where did the 5 snips go in here? Hey? They're here? Yeah. Can you help me find them?
I just have these.
Thank you. Bruno's snips are going to be beautiful because he cleans them. What did you say? You don't use sticky things? Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't understand why mine's got sticky things. I don't know what on earth I used it for. Anyway, it's Kylie for you. Oh my goodness, these are so much better. Don't use your snips for sticky things, people. Or use some alcohol wipes afterwards. So I'm giving it a really wide berth. And the reason for that is because if you're not completely accurate, it's going to be harder to tell. When you get closer, yeah, you can really tell that it's not accurate. There we go. I love snipping. I know a lot of people don't like snipping, but I really enjoy it. Especially for a flower like this sort of image. It's so worthwhile. It's so pretty. I go into like the same Zen mode as I do when I colour. There we go. So pretty. Already it looks amazing. Ooh. So pretty. Now, if we wanted to do the card that I said we were going to do that turned into something completely different. So we can just do something like this and have the sentiment. So I'm actually going to get I've got some thick basic white here, and I'm going to chop that so that we've got a card base, and then we've got the front panel, which I'm pretty sure I think I did it Poppy Parade size, but anyway, we'll soon find out. So chop down the... Now, someone, just a little tip, someone was saying that their little blades kept popping out from the trimmer. And what I've found, and maybe you guys can prove me wrong, but we've noticed that the people who have the problem with it popping out are people who cut down. So I usually cut upwards, and I've never had a problem with it popping out. So let me know in the comments if you are someone who has issues with your blade popping out, and maybe that's the reason that you are chopping downwards rather than up. I mean, you can go both directions, but just being mindful that if you go down, you're probably going to run into some issues with your blade popping. I don't know what's going on with my nails today. I don't want to pick up paper. Come out of there. Now, I was looking at my embossing folders last night, and I realised that we lent our Hive embossing folder to lovely Jessie. So we're ordering another one of them because I really wanted to use the Hive one with this one. I thought that would be a perfect one. And the other one that we realised that we're missing, and I have no idea how, is the timber one. So I was like, how? But other than that, we have every single other embossing folder. So I sort of went through all of them. I think that quadrifoil tile would be really pretty. The fern I feel like might be a little bit too much. This gingham one is really pretty. It looks a bit geometric, you know. Okay, those two so far. Ooh, time worn. That's very pretty as well. Oh no, we're getting too many on this side. So I don't go for ones like this because it's going to conflict. This one is really pretty. I would love to see this one used, but I feel like it might be a bit too much for this type of card. What do we think? Maybe we can do a poll. Should we do a poll? This one here I feel is a bit... Oh, I just love that one. If you don't have Pretty Flowers embossing folder, oh my goodness, you need it in your life. You must have it stat. And I must say, Painted Texture is an all-time favourite. It is really, really beautiful, that embossing folder. So let's go for those. There's a lot to choose from here. Oh dear. So let's select it down. Maybe I can oh no, don't make me choose. Okay, let's go for those. So we've got time worn, we've got cascading ruffles, painted texture, quatrefoil, or gingham. So lock it in, peeps. Which one should we use? Oh, all of them would look gorgeous. So I think you just need to make this card 5 times so that you can use the 5 different embossing folders. Painted texture. I know, I love painted texture too. Time worn. Ooh, painted texture. Oh, Megan's allergic to baked beans. That's no good. Ooh, time worn. Looks like it's the winner. Yeah, I think it would look absolutely gorgeous too. So it's either the painted texture. Thank you, Virginia. But it looks like it's between these two. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Petra. Oh, we just had heaps of time worn. Yeah, looks like it's between those two. So I think time worn has won. What do you reckon, everyone? Oh, there's a few painted textures over there. Yeah. This is a very close win. So what I'll do is I'll do both of them and then we can compare the pair. So I'm going to emboss both of them. It's so funny. It's like, it really is like a tie. It's amazing you all know your stuff though. Like, how many of you picked the same thing? So we've got painted texture and our time worn. And I'll bring over our beautiful little skemmy skem. Put my lid back on my take your pick tool and I put it back in its tray, everyone. I know. I'm so proud of myself. I put it back where it belongs. It's unbelievable what you can do when you put your mind to it. People said I couldn't do it, but I just really put my mind to it and said to myself, when you pick it up, put it away. When you use it, when you finish with it, put it away. I know, it's like, it's amazing what you can learn at the ripe old age of 44. I think I've got the right plates. I feel like there's a plate missing. Oh, Kylie. Oh, Kylie. I think both of these are 3D anyway, so I think I should be able to get away with it. We'll soon find out. Oh, no. No, no, no. Oh, it's already on here, is it? No? No, no, no. Burr, burr. So, I thought these were both 3D. They're clearly not 3D. They don't have 3D written on them. So, let's try this. I feel like... Oh, no, it should be okay with just the two. We'll soon find out. I think it's going to be okay. Yes. It's feeling very good. Oh, no, it's not even happy with that. What is going on here? Read the instructions, Kylie. Number 1 and 2 number 3s. Yes. What's this one? Ah, okay. Maybe it's that one. But they are 3D. I should have put that on there. Yes, we've got it. We've worked it out, everyone. See what happens when you read Wow. It's amazing, isn't it? Reading is amazing. Following instructions is so amazing. Whoa, that looks great, everyone. Now we'll go for our other one. Just so used to always having like the plate, like a clear plate always, but yeah, no. Whee! It's very noisy, so don't stress. You haven't broken the machine. If you haven't got a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, you need one. Look at this, people. This was plain paper before. Now it's a Picasso. Look at that. It's beautiful. That was really fun. Thank you, Skeb. It's been a while since I've done embossing, to be honest. It's nice to bring out some embossing. I'm usually using Designer Series paper. Okay, here are our piece of resistances. So I'm just going to fold this down. Make sure that it's the right size. Yes. We'll get our trusty bone folder and fold that down. I love that little tip. Thank you, Bertucci. I get straight cards every time now. So here's our time worn. Oh, wow. Now, if we wanted to, we could even like do a little bit of sponging on there if we wanted to really like bring out that colour. And here is our painted. Oh, what do we think, everyone? So gorgeous. Who are you and what have you done with Kylie? It's really, really pretty. I do feel that it needs to be cut down a little bit though. But I think you have all chosen very, very well. I think the time worn is absolutely gorgeous. Like really pretty, isn't it? So pretty. Yeah, I think this one, the painted is lovely, but it is pretty intense. Although I would probably raise it. And once you raise it, either of them are going to look good because then it stands alone. It's got sort of a shadow behind it and it's, yeah, holding its own. But both of them, like, don't make me choose. I know, it's so beautiful. But I am going to cut it down to which card base size? I think that if we do, because I did Poppy Parade, but I just want to do a little bit lower, a little bit smaller. I think maybe the Flirty Flamingo. What's the other one on here? Because I really like how the edge is on that one. Yeah, I think that's Flirty Flamingo. Let's do that size. And it's actually a good idea to always start with a larger piece when you're embossing because it does tend to shrink in usually just one direction. So it's really annoying because it's not, like it'd be fine if it was even shrinking, but usually it shrinks slightly skew-if. So let's have a look at that. Yes, that's exactly what we need. And I'm going to be a bit of a rebel and use some sponging and some smoky slate, just so that we can really bring out that beautiful texture in the background. I don't want it to disappear, but in person, of course, you may decide to just keep it the plain basic white. I mean, this just looks absolutely gorgeous. The tree rings. That one's from the holiday catalogue. But let's do a little bit of smoky slate. Just to bring out this. You don't need to do a lot. It's just going to be very subtle. I'm just doing the edges as well. Yeah, it really will look awesome no matter what. Hey. Okay, let's have a look at that. Oh, yeah, that looks really good. So really, really subtle, very, very small amount of ink. But it just means that you're seeing that a little bit better, that embossing. It's not sort of hiding. And we're going to lift that up and then just put a beautiful sentiment. And I think we'll just do the other sentiment in the same stamp set that we used. What's it called? This one here, Full of Love. But we'll do the Always Grateful for You on this one. Beautiful. Oh, we've done so well, everyone. 2 watercolouring cards. And as you can see, the watercolouring bit was actually quite simple. Very simple. And I've used 3 new sets that I haven't touched before. I'm very excited about that. Pull out all my instruments of embossing. There we go. So we've got our Versamark to start with. Actually, I need a new Versamark. There was a new one around here somewhere. But look at this Versamark. It's very well used. It's been well used, well loved. And we'll snip this out as well. Good. Ah, Leanne just ordered her Stamp and Cut and Emboss last night. Ah, how exciting. You're going to love it. It's the best machine. Just opens up so many possibilities for you. Ooh, yes, some linen thread would be lovely, Kathy. I agree. Let's do that. You're a smart cookie. I was thinking maybe we should do some ribbon. But yes, I think some linen thread will be very nice. It will just close it up properly. Nice idea. I was like, oh no, I've lost Brenna's scissors already. Found a Brenna's, okay. Chaos of Kylie. And I read someone got the set of pins. Thank you so much. I can't believe how popular they've been. We've still got some ideas for more pins, which is very exciting. I feel there needs to be something for our beveraginos, right? Thomas Beveraginos! So much fun. It's fun to have fun things that make us smile. a friend of mine said, what do you do with them? And I'm like, just look at them and smile. I can keep the scissors. Oh, Bruno, thank you so much. You're such a generous person. You're the love of my life because you gave me craft scissors that work. I literally have 5 snips, 5 sets of snips. I have no idea where they are in this room. Who knows where they've gone? Who even knows? They got up and walked away. They're on a strike. Okay, so I really liked Kathy's idea of doing the trim, the linen. I like it. I like it a lot. So let's have a look at what that would, how that would go, and what one we would use. Because we've got a few different ones here. Because I could even use the one that has Orchid Oasis, because this is the actual colours. So we could do something like that, or we could go natural, if I can find my natural ones. I did have them the other day. There's that one too. I think that one might actually be, oh no, that one's different. Now, where would our linen threadies be? Look at me, I'm like, walking around the room, trying to see the linen thread. Oh, I have to check with Britta. The last time the linen thread was actually in Bruno's room. It could be that he has the linen thread. Yes, I think the natural would be pretty too. I need a Beveragino cup to win. Yes, I agree, natural. Oh, you have the loveitchopit pin on your crafting bag. That makes me so happy, Carolyn. Oh, Charlotte. It's really cute. I hear movement. Yes. Yes. Love it when I'm finally vindicated. You sure the stamps aren't in your room, Bruno? That's the best. I'm like, I'll just sip my coffee because I'm vibe, but it's in Bruno's room. I had confidence. Oh, you're having a hot Milo in your loveitchopit mug. Oh, Donna and I are drinking together. Okay, let's have a look at the a la naturelle. Ooh, we've got some beautiful ones. I think I might go. I think I might be in the basic white. Hi. It is in there, and that's my washy one. Are you doing gaslighting? Are you turning the light off and making me think that it's my fault? Is this a psychological treatment? I'm like, I have ones with washi tape. Ooh, I do like this one. Is this one Smoky Slate? I don't know what that one is, but I think I like that one better. What do you think, everyone? Oh, good idea, Kathy. You're a smarty pants. And I'm just going to do a bit of this and a bit of this. I'm going to go around 3 times. And we're going to do just a knot over here. Nothing technical. And then the best thing about like wrapping it around like this is you can kind of move it to where you want it to be. I mean, we could do a bow, but I think it will look good like that. What do we think of this colour? Is it a bit too much? Should we go for white? Because it is very strong. And I was thinking this sentiment. So actually looking at that, I feel like it needs to be white, people. What is hot Milo? Oh, Beverly, we have to educate you. Milo is the best hot chocolate drink in the world. Thank you for your service, Thread. But you're no longer needed. I'll use you for another project elsewhere. Yes. Good one, Deborah. I agree. I think white as well. Whee! I don't know what my life... I don't know how my life would be without Milo. I mean, it's been a very long time since I've had Milo, but it's a very Australian hot chocolate drink. They market it as though it's very good for you and you can go do exercise afterwards, which is probably highly unlikely. It's probably full of a lot of sugar, but still, it's delicious. We all love it in Australia. It's like an Aussie staple. Most homes have Milo, and there's always a discussion about how many scoops of Milo you put in your drink. I think the recommended dosage is like a teaspoon. I don't know one Australian that puts a teaspoon of Milo in. A teaspoon is like, oh, no, no. You can't, no, not enough. It's one thing I don't like about making the twine bows smaller is they start to spin. Sometimes you can hold it at the knot and it keeps it in place, but yeah, sometimes it does not work. Sometimes it's like, no, I want to twist. I want to twist around. So I'll pull it undone and then we'll just try and do a little one. Come on, little one. Come here, little tiny one. It's all in this like knot at the... Oh yeah, that time it worked a bit better. It always likes to twist. If anyone has a solution for it not twisting, I'm all ears. But there we go. I do like the white. I think that looks much, much nicer. Oh, yes, everyone. You've all been champions. We're going to do that on there. Gasp. So beautiful. I'm very happy. We haven't even put the embellishments on yet. We're going to do that too. Now, I think I will I do that one higher? No, I think I'm going to stick this directly and then do this higher. Like that. Yes! So let's sticky that first and then we'll do our dimensionals. Come on, little greeny glue. Come on, little one. And then we've got our... And what I'm going to do is just pop them through the center because I really love the look of it kind of warping. The watercolor warping, like, yeah. Just love it. Yes. So beautiful. I'm glad I cut it down. I think it frames it a lot nicer. Oh my goodness, people. What do we think so far? Oh my goodness. I'm so in love. And then we'll do some embellies. Let's look for some embellies to put on this one. I'm thinking maybe the iridescent pearls would be nice. Yeah. Win. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. They're just so beautiful, subtle, gorgeous. It's everything that this card is telling me that it wants to be. And this one we'll go all out, and we'll do 5. Oh my goodness. Yeah. We're going for 5, peeps. So, because that one's there, I'm going to do that one there. Oh, yes. I want to cry. It's so pretty. How can something be so pretty? Literally, it's blowing my mind. It's our watercolor episode. What do we think, everyone? Yay! So do you love how this one was going to actually be this one, but it turned out something completely different? I was like, I don't want to cut that out. Yes, they've turned out so nice. Thank you so much for all of your help. I absolutely love this color palette. I just think, wow, that is so beautiful. We're celebrating the in colors. I know, they're so beautiful, huh? And the time one is just gorgeous. Well picked, everyone. Well done. And I think it would just look so beautiful, even with the painted textures. Gorgeous. Oh, I'm so glad you all like it. I really like them. I think they're really beautiful sentiments. So, yeah, hopefully they're new sets that you haven't played with. I'm giving you some ideas. Maybe you've already got them. Maybe you haven't, and now you're like, Kylie, thanks a lot for enabling me. I'm going to have to go shopping now. You know I love to enable. So, Stitchery, Fresh Cut Flowers, and Full of Love. They're the winners, aren't they? And then the embossing folder. I love the embossing folder. Having the twine. Having snips that don't have glue on them. And nice to know that you're not going mad and that they are actually in your husband's room. I'm really happy about that. I'm like, I know that the scissors were here. I'm being gaslit. Like, I know I'm a mess, but I'm a, like, what could you say? I'm an organised mess. Even though it's chaos, I do know where things are. I'm so happy. So lovely to spend time with you all today. What time is it? Oh, wow, we had an epic live today. I just couldn't stop. I had to do this one as well. Because, you know, we did all the work and we did all that effort. So why would we not use it? We have to use it, right? So I'll just come over here, take a sneaky peek. Yay! It was a very good crafting day today, wasn't it? Yay! And I love the embellishments as well. I like having the excellent, the iridescent pearls and the rhinestones, iridescent rhinestones and iridescent pearls. I'm into iridescent today. Very nice. So Karen said, I've been watercoloring using embossed images. My preschoolers really loved watercoloring. Oh, that's lovely. That's very nice. And thank you, Tess. The flowers are beautiful on those cards. You have a good eye for colours. Oh, Stampin' Up do all the work for us. I literally just go blip, 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 blip. Stampin' Up do all the work. So I started stamping. It's a very good question. Probably about 13 years ago now, Tess. Yeah, 13 years. And I think doing the YouTube videos have been really helpful. Like even sometimes when I didn't know what to do, it was just nice having people follow along and then give suggestions. So like I'm not saying I'm a professional, but I really love the fact that I can share, you know, just ideas and just not be afraid to try new things. I think that's the biggest thing about our channel, is helping people to see that it's okay to try something and not like it. Like even what I did with the twine, I'm like, no, I don't like that twine. I'm pulling it off. It's okay to try it and not like it and just do something different. And that's how we explore our creativity and try new things. And then once we work it out, it's like, oh, I really like, you know, that style of card. Why reinvent the wheel? Oh my goodness, the twine's attached to self. But, you know, why reinvent the wheel? I've already made the layout here, and then I can come up with the same design but different. And like, you wouldn't look at these cards and think, oh my goodness, they're the exact same card. No, they're a completely different card, but the same idea, same layout, but, you know, they'd have a completely different look, and they're a different sentiment, different reason to send the card. So it just makes, I just think I want to open up the idea that creativity, particularly creativity where you're not copying someone, doesn't have to be difficult. Like once you get a layout, once you have like the measurements and the idea, the possibility is endless. You can just use any image or any embossing folder or change it up. You can change up those embossing folders. Instead of using an embossing folder, use paper, stamped images in the background. And that's what I love about sharing my creativity, is hopefully giving you creative confidence to go and try things maybe you haven't tried. Yeah. I am still live, Jessica. You know what that sounded like, Jessica? It sounded like when Netflix says, are you still watching? We have a debate. Is Netflix going, are you still watching? Or is Netflix going, are you still watching? How do you all read it? Is Netflix being judgy, or is Netflix being helpful? Jessica, are you judging me because I'm still alive? Or are you like, oh, are you still alive? I think that's more Jessica. That's how I think Netflix is just being helpful. Are you still watching? Would you like me to turn it off for you? Bria's like, oh, rude. Netflix is judging us again. No, it's just being helpful. It's just making sure that we're not wasting our viewing time. Oh, thank you all very much for being here. Thank you for your support too. Definitely judging. So judgy, Netflix. Stop judging me. So all of the links, if you need them, are on our blog. Yes, honey, thanks for asking. All on our blog if you wanted anything. And we've also got some amazing tutorials at the moment. If you wanted more ideas on the Splendid Day bundle, just keep in mind that we have a Splendid Day mega bundle tutorial, and that has a lot of tutorials in it. I think it's 27. I keep going, is it 26 or 27? But I'll pop up the link on YouTube. But if you need the link for the Splendid Day bundle, then let us know. And this is the last chance you have this month to get the subscription for our All-Star tutorial bundle. And why would you want to get the subscription? Well, you get a month for free. And then that means over the next 6 months, you'll have an amazing collection of tutorials, 72 tutorials with videos, all exclusive. So don't miss out. This month is the end of the subscription, and you can do the subscription in full, or you can do them in monthly payments. So the links for that are on YouTube. Underneath the video, you can have a look for the subscription, but don't miss out, because literally it's finishing. How many days do we have in July? 30 days has September, April, June, and November. Oh, 31. So 2 more days. 2 more days, and the subscription offer is over. So if you want to get a month for free, don't miss that. And if you live in Australia, we would love, love, love to have you as a crazy crafter. So please let us know if you'd like to join our team. We'd be happy to help you in any way that we can. Let me have a look here. Splendid day. It's a splendid day today. We've had a very fun time, haven't we? What is going on with the internet today? It's very slow. But anyway, at least we didn't crash. That's the main thing. 2 hours and no crashing. That's pretty good. There it is. Don't move. I mean, don't go. View. All right, here's the link. I'll pop it on YouTube, but if you need it, if you're watching on Facebook, I can't really add links on Facebook because it has a big hissy fit. But I'll also pop it underneath the YouTube video too for the Splendid Day Mega Bundle. Splendid Day. Oh, yes, please click that thumbs up. Mega Bundle. I love a Mega Bundle. It sounds so mega. Good. Well, have a lovely week, everyone. Hope you get crafty and hope you enjoy some shopping, maybe some mugs if you live in Australia. There's only a couple of them left. And maybe some pins before they sell out. And we'll have to come up with some new ones. So if you have any ideas, please share. Have a wonderful day, everyone. I miss you already. I don't want to go. Woo, don't go. See you, everyone. Love you lots. Have a lovely, lovely week. It's shrewdly in description. Interesting. Thanks, Bruno. Bye. Big hugs. Bye. Bye.